Wedding photographers. When did you realize the marriage was over before the reception ended? I've shot over 200 weddings. I've seen brides faint, grooms cry, mothers-in-law throw punches, and one ring bearer who ate the rings. I thought I'd seen everything. This wedding in September seemed normal at first. Nice venue outside Portland, good weather, decent budget, but something felt off from the moment I arrived. The bride kept checking her phone during hair and makeup, not excited texting, anxious scrolling. The groom was friendly, too friendly, especially with the maid of honor. Little touches on her arm, inside jokes I couldn't hear, the way he looked at her when the bride wasn't watching. I noticed, but I'm a photographer. I'm paid to capture moments, not judge them, so I kept shooting. The ceremony was quick, 15 minutes. During the vows, I positioned myself to get the groom's reaction when the bride walked down the aisle. His eyes weren't on her, they were on the maid of honor, standing 3 feet to his left. I got the shot anyway. During cocktail hour, I wandered the venue looking for candids. That's when I found them by the service entrance. The groom and the maid of honor, his thumb tracing slow circles on her wrist, her forehead almost touching his. They pulled apart when a waiter walked by. I got one frame before they noticed me. Reflex. Reception came. I set up my laptop to put together the slideshow. Click through the best shots. Arrange them too. Music. Let the couple relive their day. I was halfway through when I found it. A wide shot from cocktail hour. The bride was laughing with her bridesmaids in the foreground, but in the background, slightly out of focus but unmistakable, were the groom and the maid of honor, his hand on her lower back, her body leaning into his wedding ring catching the light. 5 hours married and he couldn't keep his hands off her best friend. I stared at that photo for 10 minutes. A smart photographer would delete it, stay out of it, get paid, go home. But I kept thinking about the bride, the way she'd looked at him during the vows, like she was searching for something she couldn't find. She already suspected. She just didn't have proof. I added the photo to the slideshow. The slideshow started after dinner. I stood in the back, camera ready to capture reactions. The photos played on the 10-foot screen. Getting ready. First look, the ceremony. Everyone smiled. A few people wiped their eyes. Then the cocktail hour photos started. Candids of guests laughing. The couple with their families. Then that photo appeared. At first, no one reacted. The bride was the focus, laughing in the foreground. But then someone in the crowd leaned forward. Then another. Whispers started. I watched the bride's face. She was smiling at first. Then her eyes drifted to the background of the photo, to her husband's hand on her best friend's back, to the way their bodies pressed together. Her smile disappeared. She stood up slowly. How long? It wasn't a question. The groom grabbed her arm. Babe, that's not what it looks like. She pulled away from him. How long? The maid of honor started sobbing. It was once, just once, at the rehearsal dinner. I swear. The bride laughed. Cold. The rehearsal dinner was last night. The maid of honor's wine glass slipped from her fingers, shattered on the floor. No one moved. The bride looked at me. I expected anger. Instead, she nodded. Just once. Then she picked up her dress and walked out the door. The groom ran after her. The maid of honor tried to follow, screaming that it didn't mean anything. It meant everything. I packed up my equipment and slipped out the side door. The venue manager caught me in the parking lot, handed me the check, and thanked me for my professionalism. I didn't know what to say to that. 2 weeks later, the bride found me on Instagram. Her message was short. I spent 6 months convincing myself I was paranoid. You gave me proof I wasn't. She told me the annulment was already filed. The maid of honor had been blocked by everyone. The groom moved in with his parents. I still have that photo. I've thought about deleting it 100 times, but I keep it, not as evidence, just as a reminder. I'm not paid to fix anything. I'm not paid to save anyone. I'm just paid to capture moments. Sometimes the truth is one of them.